Hi, I'm Mukesh Sud, an Associate Professor of Business Policy here at IIMA Ahmedabad. Prior to joining the Institute, I've been an entrepreneur. I ran a group of companies involved in the engineering space. Post that, I joined IIM Bangalore and completed a PhD, and then was teaching in the US. I run an executive education program. It's called Creating Entrepreneurial Organizations, where we get participants to look at the possibility of inculcating entrepreneurship within large firms. And I would like to tackle three questions. What is CE? Why do you need corporate entrepreneurship? And how can you implement corporate entrepreneurship? When we look at what CE is, corporate entrepreneurship or entrepreneurship or internal corporate venturing is about promoting entrepreneurship within firm boundaries. Now that is easier said than done. We have to remember that large firms were created for scale. They were created for efficiency and keeping costs down, and they have a command and control structure towards that objective. When they do innovate, it tends to be along the boundaries. Startups, on the other hand, look at disruptive innovation. They are flat with their structure, their reward processes are made differently, and that's where you have a challenge. The next question is, why do we need corporate entrepreneurship? Why should large firms be entrepreneurial at all? In fact, when startups initially start working within the domain that large firms consider their turf, they tend to treat these startups as outliers. They ignore them. However, over a period, as the startup ramps up their quality, generates some momentum, and becomes mainstream, the new business model is going to be disrupting the large firm. That's when they get concerned and they realize that they need to do something about it. The last question I would like to talk about is, how should you inculcate entrepreneurship within large firms? Now, there are a number of models for it. You can incubate them. There's an acquisition model. You can enter into partnerships. You can do it through investments. The one that we encourage our participants to consider is the lean startup model that has been popularized by Silicon Valley. It involves coming up with a minimum viable product, which is the final product or the service that you intend launching, but with the minimum core features intact. This is quickly taken to market. Depending on feedback, you co-create the final product. We implement this through a design sprint, which is basically a 5-step process where you first map the customer's journey. You then visualize it through a sketch. You take a call on which product you intend launching. You then make a prototype and then you test it with customers. We do this over a day and a half, and we do this for various companies, both on-site and off-site, and I've had very good results with this. If this interests you, please consider sending your senior executives to our program, which we will be holding in March, and is an opportunity to see how we can inculcate entrepreneurship within your firm. Thank you.